How many times have you heard this? Bro, I'll just get one more buy. Last time, one more buy. It seems like no matter the rank, no matter the region, I always run into players that do not understand the economy. This video, hopefully, can change that and set us free from the bankruptcy epidemic. The Counter-Strike economy may seem tricky, but in reality, it's not very difficult. The first thing to think about when you're looking at that buy menu is the reward. Guns have two rewards. It could be the impact it allows you to have in the round, or it could be the actual monetary value that you're given for the kill. You see, in Counter-Strike, each class of weapon has a kill reward value that pays out when you kill the enemy. The AWP and the Zeus both reward $100 per kill. All grenades, pistols, heavy weapons like the Negev, rifles that exclude the AWP, and the P90 will reward you $300 per kill. All other SMGs, as well as the XM shotgun, will grant you $600. The rest of the shotguns will grant you $900, and the holy grail of a knife kill will give you $1,500. Other ways to make money in game include planting the bomb, defusing the bomb, and winning or losing rounds. Planting the bomb as a T can be big in helping your team's economy. Each bomb plant will grant all 5 players on your team $300, totaling an extra $1,500 for your team. Winning rounds by kills, or if you're a CT, running out the timer as well, will grant you $3,250. If you run out the time as a T, all remaining T players will be given $0 post-round, only making money if they got kills, died, or potentially planted the bomb after the timer ran out. If you plant the bomb within the timer and it explodes, you'll be rewarded $3,500, and you will gain the same amount if you're a CT and you defuse the bomb within the time. But don't worry, you can also gain money if you lose, with the exception of the previously mentioned T players that stay alive after time. This is called your loss bonus. Losing will increase your loss bonus, while winning will decrease it. If you win enough rounds to have the lowest loss bonus, every consecutive round lost after that will add $500 to that $1,400 total, with the maximum being $3,400 for 4 or more losses. The first round of each half, better known as the pistol round, both teams will start with 1 bar of their loss bonus filled, so if you are the team to lose pistol round, you'll be given $1,900 instead of the minimum of $1,400. Now that we have the ground rules, these are the parts that people find a bit more confusing. First, we're going to start with the pistol round. The first round of each half will be the pistol round. You will start with $800. This is a very important investment, as winning the pistol round will give you an economic edge over your enemy and potentially allow you to take the next 2 rounds with ease. Usually, buys as a newer player include buying Kevlar, but if possible, it is good to have at least 1 or 2 of your teammates with utility, and if you're on CT, a defuse kit. Occasionally, depending on the map, you can get an advantage buying guns like dualies or Tech 9 for the T side that can help you secure the round as well as be a useful sidearm in the following rounds if you didn't die. But what happens after the pistol round? Depending on whether you won, lost, or got the bomb down, your next move falls into 6 distinct categories. The first is the anti-eco. Let's say you just won the pistol round, the enemy team is likely broke. This is the perfect time for an anti-eco buy. The goal with this kind of play is to maximize your income while minimizing your risk. Remember those kill rewards we talked about? This is where you're going to pull out that SMG like a MAC-10 or an MP9, or maybe you want a shotgun. Getting a few kills with a $600 to $900 kill reward will absolutely skyrocket your bank account for the rest of the half. But be careful, if you calculate the play wrong, they could decide to force buy instead of saving. This could put you in a difficult situation. On the flip side, we have the force buy. If you lost the pistol round, or any crucial round later on in the game, your team might opt for a force buy. This is a high-risk, all-in gamble play. You spend as much as you can to get the best possible loadout. You may not be able to get the best rifles or a full set of grenades. You might have to sacrifice a helmet or opt for a cheaper SMG and a heavier pistol, but this gives you a fighting chance. If it works, you can break the enemy team's economy and swing the momentum in your favor. If it doesn't work, you're going to be starting from near zero, almost guaranteeing that you'll be broke next round and have to save. An eco, or a save round, is a round when you are completely out of cash. If you call an eco or a save round, you better expect an uphill battle. You're essentially buying nothing and hoping you can outsmart the enemy team to get some kills. Teams will often buy some stronger pistols like the Desert Eagle, 5.7, or the Tech 9, hoping to get a lucky one-tap headshot or catch the enemy team rushing. If you're a T, your number 1 goal is to flood the site and get the bomb down for that extra $300 bonus per player. If you're a CT, it's not uncommon to see something called a gamble stack, where all 5 players sit on one site hoping to overwhelm the attackers. Most importantly in a save round, if you manage to get a kill, grab the gun and survive. Upgrading your weapon for free is the best thing you can do for your economy. A half buy, or sometimes called a light buy, is when you're not completely broke, but you aren't really rich either. The goal with this type of buy is to be very intentional in how you're spending your money. It's normally referred to as a half buy because you will spend about half the money that you have currently in order to guarantee that you'll be able to full buy next round. This type of play can be crucial because it still poses a threat for the enemy team. For a half buy, you want to look at budget rifles like the FAMAS for CTs or the Galil for Ts. This will require serious team coordination. You need to look at your teammates' bank accounts and make sure everyone will actually be able to full buy the following round. If one person overspends, the entire strategy could fall apart and somebody could be disadvantaged the following round. A full buy is the most sought after play. When everybody on your team has about $5,000 or more, you can comfortably full buy. The Ts can grab AK-47s, the CTs can buy M4s or OPS, and everybody will be able to get full armor, if it's appropriate to have a helmet. With a complete set of utility and defuse kits for the CT side, these rounds have high win potential. You're perfectly equipped to counter anything the Ts may throw at you and defend the site. Plus, a great full buy usually means you have enough money in the bank to stay competitive the next following rounds, regardless of if you win or lose. The final pillar of the CS economy is the hero buy. This happens when your team is generally dead broke, but you can supply one player with enough to fully kit out. Instead of everyone saving equally, the team coordinates an eco or a light force buy around a single hero. Teammates may put their cash together to buy grenades and support them, or drop a high-powered weapon like the AWP for their hero player. The entire stack will play around this hero player, protecting them and utilizing their firepower to get an opening pick and maybe turn a losing round into a win. Reading the enemy team's economy can be confusing, but you have tools like the scoreboard and the kill feed to help you. On the scoreboard, you have the loss bonus counter, as we talked about earlier. The easiest way to track the other team's money is by looking at their loss streak. Looking at the loss bonus that they have can help you understand based off of what they bought the previous round and how many kills they may have gotten, as well as other milestones like planting or defusing, and will give you a general idea of how much the enemy team may have. An important thing to remember is that if they lose a round while maxed out on their loss bonus, they can almost always afford to buy a full kit the next round, even if they were broke before. This is especially true for the T side, where weapons are cheaper. If they lose a round on early loss bonus, you can expect them to be pretty hungry for cash. Another way to keep up with their economy is by paying attention to how many players survive. Winning a round gives you cash, but if you survive outside of the timer or the bomb explodes as a CT, you will save a ton of money by keeping your gun. Pay attention to how many players you actually eliminate. If the enemy team wins a round but only one player survives, their economy could be pretty fragile. They have to spend all that money on 4 more sets of armor, rifles, and utility. If you notice a pattern of saving on the enemy team and 1 or 2 players have been alive each time, you can expect that their bank account is probably bleeding. In that situation, one round win from your team could completely break their economy. The final way to track their economy is to see what guns they're actually shooting you with. If you notice what weapons they're using, it could set the narrative of what the next few rounds may look like for them economically. If it's a buy round, but you notice 2 of their players are using a Galil or maybe a FAMAS instead of AKs or M4s, it most likely means that they're scraping together a buy. Their bank account could be near zero, and if you win that round, they're almost guaranteed to be on a hard eco. Did 1 or 2 of the Ts survive the following round but ran out of time to plant? Remember, they had $0, so if they saved, you should expect that they had a good reason to save and may have heavier rifles following the next round. If you manage to break them during this weak point, they will be hurting for cash as a team. So if you remember anything, it's important to keep these 3 clues in mind at the beginning of the game. If they won the pistol round, you should expect SMGs or shotguns. If they lost the pistol round and did not plant, or they were CTs, they can either force buy or do a complete save. And if they lost a full buy round on a low loss bonus, they are broke. You can expect them to eco, and it's not a bad idea to have a teammate with a high kill reward weapon taking them out. At the end of the day, Counter-Strike isn't just about who can click heads the fastest. You have to manage your money and track the other team's bank accounts as well. Once you do that, you can stop playing only reactive Counter-Strike and start dictating the match. No more guessing games, no more blind buys. All you'll have to do is check the loss bonus, count the surviving enemy players, and read the weapons that are out there on the field. If you do this and communicate your plan during the buy phase, you will instantly win more games. You'll finally stop throwing away your hard-earned cash each round, and more importantly, you'll never have to listen to somebody ask for a drop again. If this guide helped you, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing. Also leave a comment down below if there's any other videos you think I should cover, and I'll see you in matchmaking.